Hello, sisters. Welcome to the Art of Spiritual Living online retreat. My name is Elizabeth Foley, and I am a creative catalyst and an artist. I help women get over their creative blocks and get in touch with their inner creative spirit. We are exploring lots of different ways to tune inward, connect with our intuition, and awaken our inspiration. Today, we are going to be exploring the world of Tantra and doing some breath work. But before we get started, as usual, I just want to really take a moment to get present. Really want to invite you into the quantum space of this retreat. So first of all, go ahead and get your physical space present. Today, you're just going to want to have some comfortable clothing, some space, a comfortable place to be, and you want to have a space that you can feel comfortable to make a little noise because we're going to be doing some breath work. So get yourself comfortable, put that do not disturb sign on the door. Go ahead and turn off your phone and shut down the other applications so you won't be disturbed. And let's go ahead and take a moment to just get mentally present. So if you've been joining us for other sessions, you know that I like to lead an Om chant. But if this is your first time and you're new to that, I just want to tell you real quickly how we do that. So first of all, when we chant Om, it's a 3-part sound. So we're going to start the first part of the sound. You want to feel the vibration in your neck here, and it's going to be with a more open mouth. So it's going to sound like this. Oh, and then the sound is going to change, and you're going to want to feel it a little here in your neck. You're going to feel that vibration here, and that's going to sound more like this. Oh, so you're going to have a more closed mouth. And then the final sound, you want to feel that vibration down here in your chest, and that's going to sound like this. So when we put it all together, it's going to sound like this. Oh. And like I said before, don't worry so much about how you sound. Just really feel that vibration and let yourself focus on going inward with that sound. So when we chant Om together, we're going to close our eyes and just get present with our breath. And then we're going to take an inhale in together, and as we exhale, we'll exhale Om. And then we'll do that 3 times in a row. So I'm going to invite you now to just close your eyes and let your attention come into your breath. Whatever was happening before this moment, just let that go and bring your attention fully into your breath, feeling your chest rising and falling. Feeling your breath passing in and out of your nostrils. And now let's take a deep breath in together, and as we exhale, we'll exhale Om. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So today we have with us Martina Hughes. Martina's vision is to create a world where people know how to express themselves in an authentic and embodied way. She created Tantra Blossoming, the largest tantric community in Australia 12 years ago. She offers private sessions, workshops, retreats, and trainings. She's supported thousands of men and women to feel their hearts and open to sensations of aliveness in their body. Martina's wish is for humanity is for each man and woman to know themselves as a powerhouse of love and sexual energy. Through tantric processes, tantric blossoming creates transformation of relationship dynamics, I'm getting tongue-tied today, so that men and women can create the fulfilling and empowering experiences they desire with each other. This includes integration of healthy masculine and feminine qualities so that people can find their inner balance, with the result of greater harmony in external relationships. I'm really excited about today because tantric breathwork is something that's been really powerful for me in the past, and I'm excited to dive a little deeper into that today. Before we get started, I want to ask Martina, like I've been asking all of our other speakers, what does spiritual living mean to you?
Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for having me here. And spiritual living for me It's actually living in such a way that I'm living from the inside out. I'm in touch with my feelings, my emotions, inspirations, desires, and making choices to live according to what is aligned for me. So that, for me, then spiritual living, it applies to how I communicate and relate with other people, what choices I make for my life more generally and broadly, the way I eat, where I live, the relationships I choose to have, how I take care of my body, the exercise I choose to have, how I spend my leisure time. All of that is spiritual living, and very important as well is living my passion and purpose, which is what I've created with Tantric Blossoming.
So that's great, Martina. I really like that idea that spiritual living is about being authentic to ourselves, whatever that is, because that's definitely different for everybody. Tell us, I know not everybody is familiar with what Tantra is. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I know there's a lot of myth and ideas out there about what Tantra is, and it can be quite confusing for people. Some people think it's a purely sexual path and it's all about sex. Others think it's purely spiritual path, and therein lies part of the problem, the idea that sex and spirit are separate. Essentially what we're doing here with Tantra, it's the integration of sex and spirit and the recognition that they aren't separate from each other and that they do go hand in hand. And one can't have a healthy sexuality without a healthy spirituality, and one can't have a healthy spirituality without a healthy sexuality. So both are of equal importance to each other. And what I see as our work at Tantric Blossoming is truly teaching people to love, and not love in the romantic sense or the fluffy sense, but the kind of love where we know ourselves as a state of love, and then we live from that place of making conscious choices and choosing to live in empowered, embodied, authentic ways. And yeah, loving that comes from the inside out. And the more, of course, I know myself, the more I have the possibility of connecting intimately with others and offering love to others in the way that I engage and communicate with them. So then it's this much more all-encompassing, all-embracing way of me being fully myself, authentically in the world, lovingly in the world, and moving from that position. So yeah, it's much more integrated.
So how does Tantra help people get into that place of recognizing that they are love?
Yeah, if you think back to when we were children, most of us from when we were children have been conditioned with the various taboos and stigmas that sex is bad or wrong, or you shouldn't do it until you're married, or you shouldn't do it unless you're in certain circumstances. And then there's all the other layers of conditioning of not being too big, not being too loud, not being emotional, not crying, not being angry. So there are so many layers of conditioning that get put on our emotional and feeling nature, but also on our sexual nature. So most people are walking around with a variety of beliefs and ideas from childhood and upbringing in our societies that somehow we're wrong. We're wrong to have feelings, we're wrong to have sexual desires, we're wrong to be feeling beings. And so all of those ideas and beliefs cause our life force to be contracted and shut down. And so if you imagine all those years of feeling like, oh, I'm wrong because I have feelings, I'm wrong because I'm angry, I'm wrong because I'm too loud, or whatever the feeling might be, it all gets contracted, squashed down in the body. And so with Tantra, we're learning to breathe more deeply, to feel in a more authentic way, to express more wholly, to let that inspiration, that energy, that life force move through the body so that we clear out the conditioning in the past and can step into a more powerful and whole way of being in the present.
Yeah, I definitely I know I've got some constriction going on. I know I've got lots of that conditioning, that don't be too big, don't be too loud, all of that kind of stuff for sure.
Yeah.
So, I understand that you have a practice to share with us today. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So some of the key components of Tantra are learning to breathe more fully, to be able to express sounds, to move energy through the body, to be more relaxed in the body. So the practice is going to bring together those components. Now, for people doing this at home in your own space, it is important that you feel comfortable to make a sound, because even just a sound as simple as breathing out through the mouth with that and it might be louder, it might be quieter, but giving yourself permission to make a sound allows you to free up energy inside the body. It helps with the movement of sexual energy. It helps with the internal awakening. When there's a story going of, I can't make sound, then everything inside stays tight and shut down. Now, one of the things that's important with this work for women, it's not just the sound, but in actual fact to recognize that openness through our mouth, our throat, our heart and our breasts actually mirror openness through our ovaries, cervix, vaginal passage, vaginal lips, because there's a mirror reflection. How we have two breasts, we have two ovaries. We've got one heart, one uterus and cervix, and then the throat and the mouth mimicking parts of the vaginal passage, and then the lips mirroring our outer lips of the vagina. So the more that we open and allow sound and vibration here, which obviously your on practice does that beautifully as well, then the more we create a vibration through the vagina for opening up in the sexual area as well. So that's part of the reason why sound is really important. Also with the breath, some people get really shy about allowing their breath to be audible. The importance of breath is that the more fully we breathe, the more fully the body opens up. Like a full breath into the lungs actually activates down into our diaphragm, our abdominal muscles, and then down into our pelvic floor. So it starts that activation of the sexual center. When we breathe shallow in life, mostly we just breathe up here in the top part of the lungs, and it's enough breath to live, but it's not enough breath to fully feel and have access to the wholeness of who we are. So I really encourage people, those two main things, if you can breathe fully and allow your sounds, the practice will take you much deeper. And the movement and the relaxation, I'll guide people with that in the practice. And even if it feels a bit weird, I encourage you to feel your way into it and let your body find its own natural rhythm in the movement and the breathing.
Gosh, I really love that it's not enough breath to live, or it's enough breath to live, but not enough to live fully into our wholeness. That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
So I'm getting all ready. I'm ready. Is there anything else you want to say before we get started?
So I'd just ask that people are sitting somewhere comfortable. If you can be on a floor or on the edge of a chair with a cushion so you're comfortable. If you're sitting near a wall, or you can see I've got a chair back behind me, but I'm actually sitting a little bit forward from the back of the chair, so I've got space to rock. So ensure that you've got some space that you can rocking coming from your hips up through the torso. And that's all.
Perfect.
So making yourself comfortable, closing your eyes. And I know that for a lot of us women, there's a lot of busyness, a lot of energy that's outside the body. So we want to begin by pulling the energy inside. So just with each breath, imagining that you're pulling your energy into your center. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth with a nice gentle sigh. And as you keep up that breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, imagine yourself pulling your energy into your center, eyes closed, and feeling yourself disengaging from family, from work, from chores, from whatever it is you've been doing, pulling your energy inwards. And start to feel the breath as it moves in through your nose, down through your throat, expanding into your lungs. Feel the expansion of the lungs, the opening of the diaphragm, the contraction through the abdominal muscles and into your pelvic floor. So as you're inhaling, there's this sense of expansion down through the body. And then as you exhale, there's a release. Inhale, expansion, exhale, release. Feeling the energy through your body with the inhale and the exhale. Feeling yourself engaging more fully in your body. Start to be aware of sensations through your shoulders, your chest, your heart. Feel sensations down into your belly, your pelvic floor, your vagina, your buttocks, your hips, your back. Down through your arms and your hands. Feel sensations with each breath, radiating through your torso, through your arms and hands. Feel sensations down into your thighs, your calves, your feet, fully landing in your body. And just take a moment to register any energy tentacles that you might have. Women tend to have energy tentacles that go out to the people we love, children, our beloved, extended family, our close friends, our colleagues. Imagine yourself pulling those energy tentacles back in. Pull your energy away from your beloved, from your children, from family, friends, colleagues. Pull it all into your center. This time is just for you. Feeling those sensations in your body. And notice as you pull these energy tentacles in and you come back to the sensations in your torso, coming more deeply into your breath, how there's more energy available now. There's more sensation here now when you pull your energy back from others. To truly take this time to be here for yourself. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose And out through your mouth. And just letting your breath be as loud as you like. You might even start to notice that there's pleasure in your breath, that as you breathe in and the energy expands in your body, you can breathe into the pleasure of expansion. And then as you breathe out, you're breathing out to the pleasure of release. Inhale, pleasure of expansion. Exhale, the pleasure of release. And then just starting to rock from your hips so that your torso moves forward with your inhale and then back with your exhale. Inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, rocking back. And finding again the pleasure in your movement. How much can you enjoy this moment and the sensation of the forward energy in your body, the opening in your body, and the sensation of the backward energy, the release. The more finely we tune into our body, the more we open through our breath, the more sensation is present, the more pleasure is present. And even if it's just the tiniest trickle, the smallest sensation of pleasure, breathe to that. Whatever you breathe to, you expand. Just continuing that rocking motion back and forth. Keeping the breath going, keeping the movement going. I want to suggest that this breathing, this movement is like making love with yourself. Really deepening into your breath, deepening into your movement, deepening into your exhale and release. It's like making love with yourself, saying yes to your own body, yes to your opening, yes to your release. And then with your inhale, letting your eyes roll back in your head. Keeping the movement going, but letting the eyes roll back in the head. Letting the energy build up in your body. Ah. 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 I want to just speed the breathing up a little. Ah. Ah. Keeping the movement going. Ah. 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 Eyes rolling back in the head and just letting that energy, letting that breath build up through your body. Ah. 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 Keeping the breath going and just rest back where you're sitting. Just slowing the movement, but keeping the deep breath going. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And as you inhale, imagine that you're saying yes to your whole being. Yes to your aliveness. Yes to your feelings. Yes to your pleasure. Yes to your ecstasy. Yes to your orgasm. Breathing in, feeling yourself full of your pleasure, full of your ecstasy, full of your aliveness. And then as you exhale, saying aloud with me, yes. Inhale. Yes. Inhale, expand. Exhale. Yes. 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 If your body wants to move a little naturally, allow it to move. Inhale deeply and exhale. Yes. 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 Imagine with each yes, you're surrendering to your ecstasy, to your pleasure, to your feminine embodiment. Exhaling yes. Saying yes to all of who you are. Yes to the luscious warmth of your vagina. Yes to the soft undulating through your belly, through your back. Yes to the depth, the capacity, the fullness of your heart. Yes to the sound that bubbles and purrs through your body. Yes to all of you in all of your womanly beauty. Yes to all that moves inside of you. Ah. 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 And then just release the yes, keeping the breath deep. Register the sensations in your body. Notice where you feel your body tingling. Notice where you feel your body buzzing with energy and aliveness. And with that aliveness, with that energy present in your body, breathe in through your vagina. Imagine that with your in-breath, you could draw energy and sensation in through your vagina, up through your belly, and out through your heart. So visualizing, sensing your breath and a flow of energy that can move from your vagina, through your belly, up to your heart. And then imagine with your exhale that you breathe out through your heart and your breast. So inhale through the vagina, up through the body, and then exhale through the heart and the breast. Inhale through the vagina. Exhale through the heart and the breast. Still allowing the sound with your exhale. In through the vagina, out through the heart and the breast. And just imagine as you breathe in through your vagina, you're receiving masculine energies in through your vagina. Your vagina is the receptive portal, the space where you receive masculine energy in. And then your heart and your breast are where you breathe out your feminine energy. All of the cycle being balanced, receiving in masculine energies, breathing out feminine energies, in through the vagina, out through the heart and the breast. Maybe take your hands to your vagina as you breathe in. Imagine breathing that energy in through your vagina, drawing it up through your belly, and then out through the heart and the breast as an offering. And then inhaling through the vagina, up through the belly, out through the heart and the breast. So we're breathing masculine energy in, breathing feminine energy out. We're creating this beautiful cycle of energy through our bodies. In through your vagina, out through your heart and your breast. Hands at the vagina, breathing in the masculine energy, breathing out through the heart and the breast. And then leave one hand cupping your vagina, one hand on your heart. And feeling that energetic flow in through your vagina, up to your heart and your breast. Feeling this energy, this openness in your vagina, in your heart. Feel the sexual energy, the sensation in your vagina, the sensation in your heart. Know that this energy belongs to you. This is your life force, your sexual energy, your heart, your spirituality, right here in your body. And that you can come back to this feeling at any moment. That's as simple as connecting to your breath. So just take a moment to come back into the room. Release your hands. Have a little stretch. Open your eyes. And thank you for sharing in this tantric practice with me.
Thank you, Martina.
You're welcome, Elizabeth. My intention being to give people a little taste of different tantric experiences, moving the energy through the body with different ways of breathing, different ways of moving, different ways of connecting with the energy, so that people having had some taste and connection to that energy in doing this practice regularly will be able to cultivate more and more of that potency and that sense of their own wholeness and fullness from within.
Yeah, that was really great. I just love the real sense of energy that I feel now. I love the idea of this kind of moving meditation that just really, you can sit in meditation for a long time and not feel the kind of energy that I'm feeling through my body now. It's great. I really also want to just honor your bravery. I know this is your work, so you've probably gotten over it a long time ago, but it takes a lot of courage to get on camera in front of hundreds of people and make this kind of noises, and I really want to honor you because, you know, I pushed the mute button. But I want to honor everyone else too who's at home and feeling a little awkward about that and went ahead and did it anyway. I hope that, you know, it left you feeling as juicy and yummy as I'm feeling right now. Yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed it. I have a couple questions for you. One is, I know like when I do a lot of yoga work or get a massage, people always tell me to drink a lot of water afterwards because you're like stirring stuff up. Would you say the same for this kind of work?
Definitely drink extra water. Be gentle with yourself, and in practical terms, what I mean by that, because sometimes when I say to people, be gentle with yourself, people say, oh, but I've got work to do and family to take care of. We can still be in motion in the world, but be gentle on the inside. So notice how you feel. Not to collapse into it, but notice it, because sometimes these practices do bring up some additional sensitivity and tenderness. So allow space for that. Allow space for tenderness to move, for sensitivity to move. If you need a few extra quiet moments through your day today or over the coming days, cultivate, whether it's 5 or 10 minutes, that you can simply sit quietly and tune into whatever it might be that your body wants you to be aware of, because as we start stirring feelings up, there might be things from the past or things that have been shut down that get activated. So yeah, just really gentle on the inside, and particularly if you are someone with a busy schedule, start to become aware that you can be busy in the world and gentle on the inside at the same time, and cultivate extra space, even if it's just a few minutes, wherever you can.
I like that message. I'm a busy in the world kind of person, so I like that message of finding that gentleness on the inside. That's great. So if people really enjoyed this practice today and want to continue with more, well, first of all, I just love how beautiful and simple that is, because we could all just sit in our house and do that same breath practice again. And I love that about it. It's like I don't need to practice for ages to get it right. You know, I can practice breathing just like that at home. But I also know that you have a free gift for everyone. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So the Sensuality Toolkit, it's a very short ebook that I created for people to be able to go through, see some suggestions for how you bring sensuality into practice in your life. So whether it's eating, being in the shower, driving, you can bring sensuality into your everyday life. So there's practices and suggestions in the Sensuality Toolkit, and then some links to other reference materials on YouTube and the website that can further support that journey of opening into your sensuality, feeling your aliveness wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
It's great. I'm certainly feeling my aliveness right now. It's great. Great. Well, I thank you so much for being with us today, Martina. Are there any last words you want to leave everyone with today?
I would love for everybody to really step into this feeling that each and every single one of us is our own powerhouse of love and sexual energy. So instead of searching for that on the outside, then how do each of us step into fully owning the love and the sexual energy that is our innate nature?
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again for being with us.
Yes. Thank you, Elizabeth. It's been a pleasure.
So everyone, really encourage you to check out Martina's free gift, and would love to hear about your experience with the breathwork in our Facebook group. So pop on over there and share how you're feeling and what your experience was. I can't wait to hear from you. And thank you all for being with us today. Blessings.